I can't hear anything. I enjoyed having ears. Welcome to Microsoft 3D Movie Maker, which apparently became open source in 2021 or 2022. So, what is 3D Movie Maker? I had no clue about this. Sometimes I play that song, "The Rats" by Jerma. Because when I found that song, I thought it was just funny because it's the birthday song is specifically because my friend is named Michael, and so it's funny to play that for his birthday, right? This game is what he made this in. This is a full movie maker application where you can make a 3D movie using a bunch of characters and preset animations. What's interesting is that this used to be a part of a suite of software called Microsoft Kids, which you could buy separately with Windows, apparently, or without it. Apparently, it was like bundled in some cases. I wasn't really clear on the history, but they stopped doing that for obvious reasons. And then the program basically disappeared, and people got it running up until let's say like Windows XP or something, Windows 7, and then it just kept on failing because old software. Windows does a really good job at backwards compatibility, but they can't solve every issue, right? They can do certain things for their most important things, like they'll do. I remember one article from Raymond Chen, which is a Microsoft engineer, where he talked about the ways that they built in backwards compatibility specifically for SimCity, or like maybe it was Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 for one specific thing he was doing with some memory allocation, but that doesn't happen anymore because they've become a capitalistic parasite. Not Raymond Chen, but like the entire company as a whole. Not that it wasn't, but like now it's even more so. So what we have instead is a bunch of dead software that doesn't work anymore, which is fine. Apparently, this person named Foon, who I actually know from various posts on Twitter and Tumblr that I see floating around and stuff, actually convinced them to make an open source, to open source the entire program. But they just threw it out there, and there's no guarantee that it would work. And so what Foon did, and what apparently they're still trying to do now, is they're making it possible to run it on modern platforms, and actually get some more features in it. What's interesting is that it kind of works, but not really. You can't compile it from scratch. I saw a Mastodon post that had the same error from only Foon. So between me, Foon, and this person over here, and this one person, I think we're the only three people that are trying to build this program. Which implies that this is kind of an issue that I don't think I have the technical capability to solve, nor the energy to. So hopefully they solve it, but you can just download it for free and just get the first release, which worked about 2 years ago, when it was built, because it's just an executable. And boy, does it work. It's very small, though, so I don't really know what to do. And we're going to try to make a movie today while I explain to you why you should never interact with the community of this application. Well, this is a weird thing to say, but I'll get started on that when we figure out what to do. First, let's watch a movie. Who is Melanie? Get an idea for a movie? Go to Imagine.
Well, hello there. My name, if I may present myself, is McZ.
McZ!
Nice to finally meet you face to face.
Nice to finally meet you too. You're so loud.
Let's see, to go to Imagine.
Okay, so it always pauses when I click outside. It's a really small window. What can I do to make this viewable?
In case you have any,
It is only in. They did mention like it's only in 640 by 480, right? So runs on modern, includes the original features at 640 by 480. Oh, I know. We're gonna do a little bit of zoom, everyone. We're gonna do a little bit of zoom. And you will lose the rest of the browser, but I'll just pull in the browser as I need it. And Bongo Cat will be on the screen in whatever corner works. Again, I don't think wait, maybe I could window capture this. Is there a way for me to window capture this without crashing? BitBlit. No, not Bongo Cat. 3D movie. Oh my god, it actually does window capture. I don't even need to do whatchamacallit. Okay, then could I capture Bongo Cat instead? Oh my god, I can capture Bongo Cat. Give me a moment. This is a monumental... This is a monumental moment in time. How do I get the transparency to work? I don't know. Transparency fix. What is this? If the window is not transparent, I don't know why it's not transparent. Bongo Cat, I may have to kill you. Perfect. Okay, so but now we have Bongo Cat, and we can have Bongo Cat as large as we want. So we can get Bongo Cat over here. Perfect. We can have him as large as we want. There's nothing stopping me from getting a massive Bongo Cat. Remember, the more clicks we have, the more points we'll eventually get. He's way too large now. You are way too large. Smaller. There we go. Sorry, this is all like experimental. I didn't really think to maybe test some of the stuff. Maybe I should have, but it was just more so I just wanted to try this out and see if it works. Is that centered? If it's not centered, it's gonna annoy me and you. So maybe let's fit the screen. Okay, so that's good. And then Bongo Cat goes on top. Perfect.
The portfolio, where we keep all of our magnificent work. The toolbox.
The
we have
toolbox?
Everything we need to make a sweet, cool movie. The
Movie?
talent book, so you can see all of the actors you can use.
Oh,
in
the
your
actors.
movie. And let's see a few other things. Okay. Ooh, one more thing. You never know what's going to happen in Imaginopolis.
Yeah.
So if you ever need any help, just click me.
Okay, Big Z, I'll click you. Thanks, Big Z. Where are we going? Again, I need to remind you that this is made for children. So think of the tone and look at this tone and then realize that this is made for kids, right?
Who's there? Don't you recognize Super Z?
Well, this is an entire
Amigo Carlos.
production. Oh, okay. This is also made in like 1998, so like stereotypes are just something that you sort of deal with.
Gotcha.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Big Z turns into like an Asian person wearing like a keep out, and then he like does some crazy shit.
Are you coming?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Remember the carpet bag.
Okay, thanks, Melanie. See you inside.
Who is Melanie? This is an entire production. We haven't even gotten... Okay, good. So we're it. Okay. Can you believe that this currently has a fairly racist community behind it? What you're seeing is the beginnings of a racist community. I need to explain this. I really do. Is he just gonna... Am I allowed to skip this? Or is he just gonna keep on... Is this like a cutscene or...
Hey, hello there.
Hey.
Welcome to the theater. Would you like to see a movie or make a movie? You choose.
So, how do I explain this? There's a subreddit for this game, which is sort of how you could go and find out what to do in the first place. And the subreddit is interesting because there's a couple of people on there that are posting some very interesting posts that sort of like skirt with the idea of like a lot of the crazy shit happening today, in terms of like the political landscape. But mainly that subreddit, the mod of that subreddit, links you to the forums of this place, which is also spoken about in different other posts that I've seen from even like 6 years ago, where they say, this website is still alive. I won't say the website. You can probably find the website. Apparently, it's sort of been the unofficial community wiki for this game for a very long time. And there's this really cool section called the mod section where you can check out the mods for this game, because there's a modding scene for this game where you can import your own models. And some of the first things you see are Nazi dog whistles. And if you click on some of the things that, let's say you want to have like a different race inside this game, because apparently everyone in this game is like mostly light skinned, and you want someone who has like a darker skin tone, right? The first comment under that mod is the N-word. So, and there's some people who call it the racism, who say there's no need to be racist, and then everybody else in the forum seems to respond with, what's so wrong about being racist? Fuck the N-words. So, there's some reason there's two divides in this games community. On the one hand, you have things like, let's say, Germa and Foon, the side that is engaging with this as it was, which is sort of a relic of a time when they were in their childhood with the happiness to it. There's another side, which is, I think, the modern day, where there's a lot of... It feels like displaced people who are taking out their hate and anger on marginalized groups who have congregated around this space, and it's saying the most heinous shit. And they call it comedy, mind you, but it's sort of, is it really comedy to just say something racist? Not really. You know what I mean? Any joke requires a setup. And when somebody just says something racist, they're not doing any setup for a comedy bit. Like, it's different from a comedian pulling a racial bit, right? Like, what's his name? Russell Peters, that guy does a lot of like very different stereotypical jokes, but he does them in a way with a certain level of build-up and storytelling and the context that actually makes it like pretty decent comedy. Like it's something that you can laugh at and know that he's just poking fun at everyone, right? But in this case, it's like they're just sort of saying the N-word and they're just saying they hate all whatever these groups are. And they say, is it so wrong to kill all, people who come over? It's like this is bad, man. And mind you, this is a piece of software that was made for children. So it's pretty bad. So it's fascinating to sort of see old software like this, but also in general communities like this. It's sort of the reminder that even if something has good intentions and sort of good beginnings, and even if something is, let's say, open source, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an open community. There's a lot of effort that goes into moderation and ensuring that you're cultivating and curating a space where people can actually hang out, where they won't feel awful. And that was with very cursory searches. Like that was within the first 10 minutes of me going to the website and looking at the things that I wanted to look at, which is the mods. And that's probably the thing that you would look at in the first place. And so if you look there immediately and you see that, and that's the first thing you see, you've got a problem. That is your world. I want to watch a movie. Let's see what's possible first.
Select the name of the movie you want to open.
Okay. Apparently there's a Melanie on my PC. There's no way. Did it make another? How do I go to users? This new. Can I? Somebody's gonna Luigi Microsoft at some point because you guys have the shittiest goddamn. Sorry, Melanie is dead. Melanie is useless. I have nothing. I have no movies. Okay, well I have no movies. Let's make a movie.
Hey, this way to the backstage.
So we're going to engage with this game the way that it was supposed to be, which is a fun little movie-making game for kids. I say after I say Luigi Microsoft.
Talent book in the ideas room.
What?
If you're ready to make a movie of your own, you'll find all the tools you need in the studio. Hey, Melanie.
Yo, Blue Boy. Giving another tour?
Yeah, I was just about to say that the projects room is a great place to go if you want to make a flying logo.
Yeah, and my other movie-making projects are fun, too.
If you haven't made a movie before, this is a good place to start. What would you like to do now?
We're gonna engage with this as it was intended, and we're gonna make a movie. We're not gonna make a movie with Melanie. We're going to get an idea for our movie. Well, we have the idea, but I'm actually curious what the idea thing is. What does it mean by getting an idea for your movie?
All right.
Because I do want to see what is the talent. Like, how do you see the list of actors that you have available for you? Now, what's interesting about this is that, as far as I can tell, it's literally just a series of animations and models that you can put into your film, and they play statically, and you can sort of time them and stuff. But for the most part, it's like a looping animation deal. It's not as complex as something like Source Filmmaker, obviously, but even just in terms of like the ability for you to have custom animations, apparently it's not like that at all, and you have to work with whatever the model has. And so you have to think sort of in terms of making the most of what you have available to you versus shaping and molding things to whatever you want. Obviously, it's unfair to compare sort of the two because Source Filmmaker is made in a very different time and space. But, it's interesting to think that even back then, 3D modeling software was already capable of doing what Source Filmmaker was basically capable of doing, just with a lot less velocity. So there was a much slower
that's nice. That's a keeper.
iteration cycle, but there was but you could achieve the same level of flexibility as you would want in modeling software of today, but also with a worse UI in general. Hello.
Oh, hey, what's happening?
Can you stop talking,
there's all
Mixie?
kinds of
I'll
ideas
stop
in
talking to you.
here. If you want to see all the actors you can use in your movies, look at the talent book. If you want to see thousands of different ways you can start your very own masterpiece, play with the Splot machine. What now?
What's fascinating is that I've always seen this motif being done in very certain old movies, right? Where the director would sit in a chair that they could move up and down. And I always sort of wondered
Ooh,
why.
No.
Like, wouldn't you just be seeing the feed from the camera? I guess back then,
that's
you would have to like
that's
move
the
around with the
keeper.
camera
Ooh,
itself because there was no way
no.
to transfer the feed because it was like an analog camera, right? But
That's nice.
I wonder if they
That's the
still
keeper.
do it now
Ooh,
just for
no.
out of habit. Can I get a resume?
Let's find out more about
Wait,
these actors.
a resume? Actors' resumes are your mission find the pages? No. Is this like a Slenderman thing? To find the pages, click things in the building. Once you've read the page, I'll put the page in the talent book. You find the so they're spread out across the building. I have to
Thanks. I'll put this page
Oh,
back in the talent
Bongo
book.
came to
see
the-
all the pages you've collected for the talent book in the ideas room.
Bongo came to the United States from Germany to go to college. Because his real name was so long and hard to pronounce, friends nicknamed him Bongo. One day, the famous director McZ came to visit one of Bongo's drama classes. He thought Bongo had real talent. Back in Germany, Benjamin Oliver Newman George Oldhouse, that's a hard name to pronounce, was the son of two circus performers. What? When he was born, his parents, a trapeze artist and a fire swallower, used the names of all their friends for Bongo and had none left for Bongo's twin brother, so they named him Ed, the shortest name they could think of. Bongo and Ed were very close, but Ed was always getting in trouble, and Bongo was much smarter. Bongo often pretended to be Ed, so he could get Ed out of trouble when he came home late. And so Bongo developed such a talent for acting by imitating his brother on the spot. What is this? What? Decided to feature him in his next movie. Bongo was told because he was twin brother, police officer. Being a good-natured kind of guy, wrong career. Bongo would like to play the part of a friendly police officer, very wrong career, and solve mysteries, extremely wrong career. He does a theft at the mall, and the criminal escapes on the plane. Could Bongo catch the crook? No, he'd shoot him. Would he have to go in the cover to solve the mystery? No, he'd shoot him. Private carrier. Bongo feels that as a pilot for a private airline carrier, he really shows his ability to create adventure. He can fly to exotic places and pick up his passengers. Okay, but you really don't want to go to various islands, right? But what if he gets lost and lands? Okay.
Thanks. I'll put this page back in the talent book.
I didn't even
To
see the
all the
page.
pages you've collected, look for the talent book in the ideas room.
Charlie was born in Harlem, New York City. He makes straight A's and is such an exceptional athlete, he has a basketball scholarship to Syracuse University. One day, when the famous was at the school gym shooting a basketball documentary, one of the lights in the center court burned out. No one could reach the light except Charlie. Wait, with this vertical? Holy shit. He can jump so high he can touch the ceiling in any building. Skeleton. Charlie dreams of playing a skeleton named Bones in a scary movie. Oh, perfect. You are my guy. I need Bones for my horror movie. Thank you. In the movie, a knight owns an old creepy house. The knight has not slept in years and wanders around the neighborhood in the middle of the night. Lava lamp? What? Oh, I thought he was going to be a lava lamp. He wants to be a lava lamp salesman. Oh, okay.
Thanks. I'll put this page back in the talent book.
Who is
To
this
see
fella?
all the pages you've collected,
He's
look for
huge.
the talent book in the ideas room.
Bo is from Africa. Even as a baby, he was never little. He ate only natural fruit, as opposed to unnatural fruit, and loved to wrestle with the other boys in his town. Bo was so good and grew so strong that he became the champion kickboxer in his town. Okay, I would have thought wrestler versus like a kickboxer, but Bo wanted to really be famous. Can he be discovered? Late at night, Bo would write stories about Africa and its people. He'd send the stories to New York and California to see if anyone would publish them or make them into a movie. Dentist? Astronaut? Okay, apparently I can just... This is a weird experience, but I can see how this would be fun for a child. Like, I would be ecstatic to have this as a child, because what you do is you just click around to find various things, right?
Let's whip up a movie.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. To get an idea, click this lever. Click here to work on this movie, or click cancel to go back to the room. What is this? Oh, you can change camera angles. Oh shit, you can also change maybe backgrounds? You can. Okay, so there's a night in space, the person and the object. This is very Ratatouille. Wait, this is very. Why? Okay, why is the car inside the door? Can you just put them anywhere? Excuse me, why is the car at the counter? Sir, we've got to take you in. We're the police. Okay, I guess the flexibility of this is strong. Eliza lives in Cancun, Mexico.
You've collected, look for the talent book in the ideas room.
She wants to be a hippie, a nurse, and explorer. She's the oldest of 9 children. When she isn't helping her mother in their store, she practices singing and dancing. Exit. Do I really want to quit? No way, I'm having too much fun. How do I just make my own movie? Okay.
Thanks. I'll put
Claudia.
this page back in the talent book. To see all the pages you've collected, look for the talent book in the ideas room.
Was born in a small, out-of-the-way village in India 33 years ago. She comes from a long line of storytellers. In fact, her family travels around India holding storytelling bazaars. Even though Claudia loves the stories she grew up with, she wants to live dangerously, so she'll have wild stories to tell her children. Yeah, you would have probably enjoyed it a lot as a child, though. You had very similar Scooby-Doo games? What? Scooby-Doo Movie Maker. Oh, you can see how fast I type. Look, you can see how fast I type via Bongo Cat. Wait, Scooby-Doo Movie Maker games. Oh, I love Bongo Cat. Scooby-Doo Movie Maker game. Is there like a Scooby-Doo movie making game? Scooby-Doo. I mean, there's a whole list of Scooby-Doo games that I have to go through to find the game. If you know the name of that game, please let me know what it is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go through the entire list of Scooby-Doo games. Oh, actually, it's not that long. Video games based on Scooby-Doo, Lego Dimensions. What the fuck? Okay, well, we'll keep that list there. Okay, so we have Claudia.
Thanks. I'll
We have
put this
Christina.
page back in the talent book. To see all the pages you've collected, look for the talent book in the ideas room.
Oh, it was more of Quest in those games, but they have a similar vibe. I was really excited for like a movie making game. You know what's crazy, actually? I was actually trying to find a more modern take on this game because I was thinking to myself, what is a more modern take on this game? The only one that I could think of was The Movies, which is a game where you make movies. It's literally a video game where you make movies. The problem is that it doesn't exist anymore. And there's no other game like it. Like there's just no other game where you make movies anymore on anywhere. Like no one makes a game about that. The closest we got was Maple Story Worlds in between gooning to the various like hentai images that showed up within the Avatar store. When we would look at the games list, there was one game world where you could make your own film within Maple Story Worlds. That's the only time, and that is a funny series of circumstances.
Thanks. I'll put this page back
Who
in the
is
talent book.
Crash?
To see all the pages.
Okay, maybe we don't even need to do this. I don't think there's a need to do any of this, right? Can I just go?
So,
I just
what do you
these.
like to
I just
do?
these. Make my own movie. Do you? Maybe I shouldn't have gone to Imaginopolis. What I should have done was just go in RAW and make my movie from the main menu,
Here
right?
are all the tools you need to create. To see the scenes you can choose from, click.
Okay. More tools. What is this? What does that mean? Okay. I really wish I. Oh, this is the classic one. That's the okay. So this is the camera angle. Oh, and then I see it's preset camera angle, so you can choose where you want to go. How do I want to start this? Is there a bedroom? If there's a bedroom, this is a torture room. If there's a bedroom, we can start this. Oh my. Okay, that's kind of looks like a bed, but maybe I don't want him to sleep like that. What is this? This is death. This is when you're dead. What is this? Is this an airline? There's no bedroom. I guess it makes sense. I guess if I'm at Microsoft and they tell me to make a game application that's about making movies, and they tell me, okay, make sure it's kid friendly, the one thing I wouldn't put in is a bed. You know what I mean? You just don't want them to be doing something with that. Like you really just don't want people to be making that stuff. But I need it for the horror movie because okay, so what is the movie that we're going to make? Okay, the idea. Can you shut the fuck up? The point of the movie that we're going to be making today is based on my story, the Junji Ito style story about rock climbing. For those who don't remember, when I was playing the rock climbing games, I got really deep into this sort of fantasy of what does it mean to rock climb, and so I wrote it down in my projects folder. Here, and so I'm going to show you my Emacs once again, where it is about a Junji Ito story about rock climbing. I need to make another window capture because I have so many window captures going on. Jesus, Emacs. This is going to be a dedicated window capture just for Emacs, and it will never change. Person who climbs rocks all day who gets more and more pieces of rock and dust stuck to them that they can't seem to wash off. This is just sort of the synopsis version that I wrote on stream. I've been writing more about it, but it's all in like a rough draft state somewhere else. And I really should probably put it inside at some point. They feel compelled to climb and have dreams of the rock beckoning them, pushing them ever forward, the floor rising to match their climb heights. They're nervous and, in example, a classroom and an office facing massive anxiety. People and then and people yelling at them. I also need to do. I need to switch my I really wish I could switch the J and the K to be like GJ and like GK to go up and down like a visual line. With people yelling in their faces. Spittle. Is it called spittle? Is it called spittle? Spittle? Spittle, yeah. Spittle. Spittle ejaculate landing on their soft flesh. We need music. I need background music for this. Oh, wait. We can choose one. How do I choose sounds? How do I choose This song is called Short Insanity. Oh, it stops playing when you Alt-Tab. Son of a gun. Wait, was that Final Fantasy VII? No, that's not Final Fantasy VII. I wonder if I can actually get the sound files. No, but I guess because back then, because executables are kind of a funny format where you can just put everything inside of an executable and it just kind of sits inside of there. So you might not even be able to pull things out. Wait, .avi files? Okay, that's a cutscene. Users. Oh, I see. It has its own separate users folder. Okay, well, what you get is you get the MIDI. You get the MS-DOS Wins tunes, okay? Scooby-Doo case file number 3 Frights, Camera Mystery. This one is actually the game that reminded you of this the most. Oh, okay. You don't exactly make a movie, but the plot happens on a movie set. I'm less interested now that I know that you can't pose Scooby-Doo in funny ways. But because, honestly, I think more movie IPs should go with the idea of... Jesus Christ, that sound sucks. More movie IPs should go with games that allow you to remix the state of the game. Like, you know what would be a really great game to have a movie maker thing based on? Shrek. I think Shrek should have its own movie making style game, because when you have a movie making style game in Shrek, you can make the characters do anything. When a rock wall appears, I'm trying to go back to what this was, offering them a glimpse of reprise of which they jump at it, throwing caution to the wind to escape it all to reach some peace. As they climb over the course of the story, they begin to calcify into rock. Basically, it's a Junji Ito style story where they're trying to get away from something by climbing this mountain, never realizing that, here we go, they seek to climb as a way to fulfill their lives, because on the ground where the rest of the world is seated, they feel that there is no seat for them. In contrast, I thought the mountains where the glory and recognition and honor and love and respect can be found, all the things that they're missing in their life that they so desperately desire. It is that crushing feeling that I wish to convey to the reader, that all the answers to the MC's problems could be found if only they were to open their hearts and their mind to the world around them instead of always and only looking up. There are only 2 types of people on the mountain. those who are alive and those who have yet to be, by that one random chatter that came in that one time we played Peak Zero. Like that's an amazing quote to put into this film. Okay, there are only two types of people on the mountain: those who are alive and those who have yet to be. I want that to be said by almost like a narrator or like a mentor style character almost, or even like a police officer who's assigned to the case and is reviewing it, and then but is also into rock climbing, right? Or like has seen and like dealt with, like, I'm sure the police near a mountain has had to deal. You know what? Park ranger. I'm sure park rangers find bodies all the time, and so I'm sure a park ranger has said this once: there are only two types of people on a mountain: those who are alive and those who have yet to be. Thank you, Random Chatter, for saying that line. Masterpiece. Absolute cinema. Like actual cinema. Let's see what we can do with this. I can't. Okay, I thought my hotkey would work to stop the music, but it does not. Oops, sorry. Oh god, sorry. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. How are we gonna make this movie? Well, but the thing is though, I wanted to start them off in a nightmare. Can you stop talking to me? I wanted to start them off in a nightmare where we're in that nightmare. They're having this like dream of people yelling at them. Oh, you know what? Probably doable. I just can't have them. Instead of having them wake up in their bed, I'll do like a salaryman style, right? Instead of waking up in their bed, they wake up in the middle of like them having drunk their entire night away at the bar, and instead of, because there's no bed, right? So you have to make the most out of what you have. So the bar is here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so what to do first? I want them to be in a meeting where they're being in a meeting where they're, I need to sneeze. In a meeting where they're sorry, I had to sneeze. Where they're being chewed out by everybody. Every single person, and then it zooms into them. Oh my, look at this. There's every single camera angle that we need. Oh my god. This might be the best story that I've ever told before. Okay, now we need some actors. How do we do some actors? We'll put some actors. Who is going to be our main rock climber, okay? We need a character who's going to be rock climbing, who is specifically going to be somebody who is going to eventually spiral into this feeling, spiral into this character who's lost control of their life. You look, oh my god, I'm moving my mouse and I'm positioning him anywhere. This is actually pretty scary. Make him falling, set starting pose. Oh my god, this is actually really cool. You can actually set this pretty far. You can actually set various different details. You can set the exact frame that an animation starts on. You get them to crawl, run scared. I think this one's really good for yelling. Sneaking, grow, jump. What is this? Karate kick? Kneel, dance, walk slowly, laugh. Laugh is really good. Faint is really good. There's a lot of really good. Mad and sad. Mad, sad doesn't really. This one doesn't really feel like you're mad or sad. This one evokes a certain sense of not madness or sadness, but like waiting at the mall for somebody to show up with your drink, but you don't want people to know that you're alone because you're worried about what people are going to think about you. So you pretend to be sort of like busy doing things and like, you know, gesturing around wildly, just gesticulating in order to give the sense that you're actually here to sort of window shop or something, or that you are looking at something, but really you're just waiting for your partner to come back from the washroom. I've been in this situation a fair number of times. I know exactly what this feels like. Sit, talk, stand. Sit, talk, stand. Spin fast. Squash. That's like a filter gone wrong. Talk. Yell. That's good. That to me says anger, right? This to me says like, what am I gonna do with you? This is really good. Okay. I know what to do. How do I reposition them? How do I move them? This is surprisingly smooth. To be fair, they did mention that I think they Foon, whoever they are. Sorry, I keep forgetting your name. Yeah, Foon. They did mention that apparently there's a way to get the FPS way higher. And I think no, not them. It was something. It was some other thing that I read that you could make the thing 60 FPS, not the animations, but the program itself. And then in doing so, make it easier for you to manipulate, but that it required mods, of which the 3D MM Forever does include. Can I just put them outside the window? Oh, you can. What if somebody slides in out of frame? Like, this is the mountain calling to you. This is somebody has to be the mountain. Somebody has to be the mountain. Well, okay. First off, Gustav is a great boss. I think he's a great evil boss. Can I change his costume? Oh my god, I can. Gustav, shitty boss. Okay, his name is now Shitty Boss. Oh my god. Oh, you can even get him to be like really gaudy, incredibly gaudy. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. What is this frame? What is this? What? Who would ever need to look at somebody from this angle? Like, if you go to a modeling studio, right? I don't think they take a photo of you from this angle. I don't think they care about you from this angle. Like, maybe they would care if you're balding, right? Maybe they would be like, you have to do a modeling shoot with as a collaboration between Supercuts and the Gucci, right? So Supercuts and Gucci, you have to have hair, and they want to take your balding. But otherwise, this is useless. What's the point? Maybe he isn't a good boss. He seems too normal and nice. We need someone that looks even crazier as a boss. What is this? who is this guy? Who are you? To change a costume? Hero. Okay, there's too many heroes. Oh shit. Wait, how many heroes can I have? You can have multiple heroes? Chat, we've solved the salaryman problem. I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get a lot of Japanese salarymen in? And there's a Japanese dude, and we can just make him a salaryman. By his existence. This is absolutely doable. How do I delete him? You cut them. You cut them out of existence. Who in the world are you? Why do you have a face mask on? Josephine. Oh, it's not a face mask. It's I forget the name of it. Who else is there? Who looks like you look like a shitty boss? No, you look too cool to be a boss. I need somebody who's like the worst possible person that you could think of. Gustav is so far the closest one, but he still looks a bit too nice. I need somebody who looks particularly awful. What in God's name? I thought that was I'm not even gonna you chat. I thought those two holes at the top were his eyes. That's his nose. Dear God. He seems like a boss of a startup that he only started because he's a multi-billionaire nepo baby. You know what I mean? Like he's the son of a richer person. Who are you? Do you have like a... Oh, you have the stance. You have a really good boss-like stance. But I've never seen a boss wear shorts. Like, they always wear long pants. The knights... who are you? Still with the shorts. I need somebody who has like a suit-like look. What is this? What did I just save? What did I just save? Where did it save to? Oh my god. 3D Movie Maker, users, Cummizer. Okay, I don't know where it's saved to, chat. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in some random folder. There's now a screenshot of that one dude. Okay. What about who looks particularly? Oh, you look. Oh, we found the bosses. That I hate this person. He's wearing I forget the term for it now. It's the ones that go above your ankles. It's not shorts, it's not jorts, but it is definitely shorts. Shorter than a full pant, but you can't. I guess you can't see it. But the key is that he has the suit top, and he even has the pinstripes. This is more of a clown thing. That's more of a we're at the party and I'm about to have sex with your mom type of deal. This is a I'm about to have sex with your mom type of deal. Okay, so maybe not him. Maybe him. Looks particularly good as a bad boss guy. No, he has a dinosaur shirt. He's like too nice to be bad. He looks particularly suspicious. He has Jesus on Jesus on his shirt. Okay, I don't know why Jesus is there, but sure. So there's Jesus. Oh, we could do Vlad Tepes Dracula or something, right? Vlad Tepes? Vlad Tepe? He just looks like he stepped in shit. I mean, it could be doable, but him being a vampire is a bit too on nose. I do want to have some level of realism. Could just be a dog. How do you raise the animal? I'm moving the dog around. I'm moving the dog around, but the dog is like it's just Sasha, the dog. Let's cut the dog. Okay, dog's dead. Let's okay, not him. Sorry, wrong person. What? Did you click on? Okay. This guy, he looks particularly sleazy. It's either that he's an incredibly sleazy person or that he's just a funny, goofy dad father, right? Like, there's only two ways about it. He could also work, actually. I think this. I actually can't tell what this particular. He can become Steel Man. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna use him. We found our main character. We have found our main character because he can become stone. He literally becomes stone. This is the character. This is the main character. This is the MC. He can become stone. What is that hat? What the fuck is that? His eyes on the back of his head. But this is exactly who we need. Welcome, MC Sebastian. I'll use you for later. Okay, but you had to be here somewhere. I still need a shitty boss for you. Goose, McZ. Willie. Sorry, this name is... Wait, so the other guy was named McZ and not Willie? But this guy is Willie and not McZ? Paper Bag Man. What? He has one hat. His name is Zach. I could also make him Paper Bag Man, actually, because then the face of the character, like I want the viewer to place themselves into the character's face. Like I almost don't want the character to be shown as a person. However, turning into stone is probably the best thing ever. 3D. Type the words. Oh. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Ew, that's like slimy. What? These are. I miss when UI had sound effects. Nowadays, most UI has a very plain existence. Like a lot of UI, for instance, on websites has no fun to it, right? Like desktop applications had a lot of fun with the idea of various things making noises because it's fun to press and just listen to. Nowadays, everything's so plain and boring. Oh, it's like teeth. It's like teeth. Oh my god. Trichtophobia. Oh god, that hurts. Oh god. Oh, I found one even worse. Oh my god. Oh, it's like actual. Oh, it's disgusting. Bones! If I was a child, that'd be really cool. Call me Bones! Man, this is a really fully featured program, eh? Let's stick with the bones for now. I like bones. Do shape? Oh, there's no way. You have the triumvirate of cum. You can do like a wraparound. You can do like a up down. You can do there's a lot of shapes. You can do. But that's really cool. I wonder why we don't do this now. What's interesting is that this actually seems to be fully dynamic because you can probably type anything. Like, could I type even like I don't know what's like a English to simplified Chinese. What's up, dog? I wonder if this works, or will it crash it? No, it doesn't work. Okay, it's because you can't even copy. It's because you can't copy paste it in here. I was gonna try to write in a whole different language, but I don't have another language installed on my keyboard. I'm too afraid to like change it. There's fonts. Sauce. We do Aero MT, Comic Sans MS, Gil Sans Ultra Bold. I really hate the bones. How come we don't have this now? What happened? What happened in society that we lost the 3D
Cool ideas.
the 3D word generator? What happened that we lost this capability and now we're stuck with boring things like the Google fonts. You ever see the Google Fonts page? You want to see it? It's fucking boring. Google Fonts. Look at this shit. Like, wow, so cool. Wow, really nice fonts. I really enjoy the fonts. Yeah, that's so cool, man. Yeah, I really enjoy how the fonts are just this like look of whatever. Wow, really nice stuff. How it's just like, everyone has the right to freedom and the conscience. Yeah, it's fucking boring. Can we do this? The sauce? What's this? I found my tools. Okay, so this lets me manipulate them any which way. I can also go back to default. This one lets me bring them up and down, so I can even get like a really good crotch shot here, for instance. So turn that off. Oh, there's like warping. Oh yeah, there we go. How close can I get? I mean, he could just be dead too. Like he could just be like this, dead. Okay, we stick with the probably this guy as the boss. He looks particularly sleazy. We need to choose a good costume for him. So he's the shitty boss. All right, he's shitty boss. Gustav will be saved for later. I think Gustav is better as like the stereotypical, almost like diner bar host, right? And then for this person, uncrack the egg. What is glue? What have I done? There's two of them. What does that even do? Oh, that's copy and then paste. I get it now. Okay, so let's change his outfit. We need to make him look like this is the perfect sleazy business person outfit. He's so sleazy, I know he's gonna fuck someone. I'm just afraid of it happening. What? You lost your marbles, buddy. What's weird too is that bosses don't wear hats. Have you noticed this? Most of you have never seen this because most of you have never had a job in your life or interacted in like a normal way outside, okay? When you have a job, you realize nobody wears hats. Like your boss has never worn a hat. It's a very weird thing to think about. Most people don't wear hats, right? But you see more non-bosses wear hats than you do see bosses wear hats. Not to say that like it's indicative of where you'll end up if you wear a hat, but more so that I think if you're a boss, you don't know how to have fun, or you have the money to hide your like baldy spots, right? So it is what it is. What's this? What does that do?
Fall through ground. When this is on, an actor, prop, or
Okay, what's this?
size tools.
No way. I can resize people?
Synchronize. Change when an actor, prop, or 3D word gets to a particular location.
So you can do 3D words in the scene? This is, okay, POV office scene. The MC is standing giving a presentation and they're being yelled at by the boss for their shitty mistake. All right, that's the whole point of the scene, is they're being yelled at by their boss because they've made a small mistake, not even like a shitty mistake, right? Because this is the thing, people with that type of DNA in them, sorry, not like DNA, but like people with that type of like mindset about them, where they want to lord over you, they'll yell at you for even the most minor thing that isn't even that serious, but they'll do it in order to make you feel awful because it gives them pleasure. And so in doing so, that's what I want to capture, is that feeling of anxiety and dread as somebody's doing that to you when you've made an honest mistake, when they could have just been nicer about it. You can tell I've been traumatized. You can tell I've been traumatized in some way by whatever it is. Anyway, I just need to think of like how to frame this. How do I show the character being yelled at by the boss? Because all of these angles could absolutely work for a traumatic office scene where you're being yelled at and being laughed at by your coworkers. Because I can even do this view and then have my coworkers, and then you can see the coworkers sort of laughing at him, getting more and more boisterous as the boss keeps on yelling, and then it can keep cutting to you as a close-up. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. This might be the best thing ever. Okay, so the boss. Where should the boss sit though? Let's see. So first off, we have the actor. Can anyone else turn the stone too, or is it only him? Like, how many people can turn the stone? Wasn't there a guy who wanted to be a robot? I need to know all of my characters that I'm working with here. I mean, there's an actual robot, which might be even more interesting, because maybe it's more interesting to make it look like this person could have been a real person, but ended up being transformed into something entirely different. You know what I mean? Like, because when you calcify into stone, the whole point of the story is that bits of rock get stuck on your skin. And so it's like it sits on top of your skin to make you look like a whole different person. And so it's like, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that feel like? And I think what I could do instead is this feeling. Sorry, my alarm was going off. And what I could do is this feeling of like the character loses their form and loses themselves to the mountain. Because ultimately, right? Because the key of a Junji Ito story is the tragedy. It is the tragedy of the character and what they go through. It is their fate. It is their almost their destiny that is being chosen for them, where they're effectively forced to go through this experience and become something different. It's like, do you know Metamorphosis? Like, remember that like book with the, you know, you turn into like a cockroach? It's a bit like that, but specifically for the idea that you can't choose that for yourself. Like it's forced on you by some whatever force around you. It's similar to what happens in the Junji Ito story, where you go into the hole and this hole is made for me, right? And he goes, "This hole is made for me," right? So this is MC Stone. So you are MC Stone. How do is there a way for me to like save these? I guess not. I guess I just have to remember these. How do what is this? Table of contents? What's this?
Map.
Quickly, what? No, let me stay in the studio. Undo.
Volume control. Adjust the volume.
Oh.
Stop.
Is this the volume of even the movie? How do I rename my film? Okay. I'm getting a good handle. Words? This is a story box. This is a credits box. Shit, come. Okay, maybe I can. Maybe I should just delete that. No, I want to delete the entire box. How do I delete the entire box? Uh-oh. 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 Is there a permanent box now that's just gonna hang there? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh shit, the undo history is only like 1 or 2 depth. I need to delete something.
In letters.
Why did we
Letter co-
why did we move away from tooltips on Hover?
Scrolling.
You know, like there's a lot of websites that I go to that have this feature where there's a stupid feature where you look at it and it just looks like it all the icons do a different thing, and then the icons make sense. And so you have to like click on every single one to try to guess what this is. To record your own dialogue. What? There's no way. Click the microphone. Wait. The button changes to stop. To stop the recording, type a name for the sound. More help. This is... hello? Oh! Oh! Hello? Oh! Oh! Oh my god, this is the best game ever. Hello? Oh! Oh! This, it even sounds crusty. Oh! It just works. It just works, baby. This is 2025. Working with 1998 software. This shit just works. And it sounds perfectly crusty. Oh, that's so good. No processing needed. No processing needed. You just do it yourself live. You just do you do it all live. Holy hell! This might be the best thing I've ever seen. I'll be right back though. I need to use the washer. I did not shit my pants. I just went to get some coffee too because I realized this is going to be very, very involved because this is going to take a very long time for me to make. I'm realizing that at the pace that we're at, it's 1 hour for every minute of footage. And if I'm thinking about the story and how it's going to progress, let's say it's like a 20-minute video, okay? 20 to 30-minute story because it's like Junji Ito length of a story, right? In the Junji Ito story, you can sort of read it's like a short story. It's like a short horror thing. That might be 8 hours. Hi everyone. Hello. I'm so sorry. Hello. Oh, file name inputted. Your favorite game. Was this your favorite game as a child? Because I have only just found out about this. So welcome to the 3D Movie Maker stream. Welcome back. Thank you, coffee. So I will shit later. Very true. Very true. For those of you who don't know what this game is, we're making a movie, and we just found out that I can actually do my own voices within the game. Hello. Oh. So I can just do stuff like this, and that's with no filter. It just sounds naturally crusty, like the shit flakes on your toilet. It just sounds naturally crusty. What? On your toilet. It just sounds naturally crusty, like the shit flakes on your toilet. Oh, oh, you were joking about I pop up. That makes sense. We're making a 3D movie about the story that I wrote about a rock climber who is climbing to get away from something and eventually turns to rock. It's based on like a Junji Ito style story. Anyways, the whole point of it is this one line said by this one random chatter that one time that we played Pixie Gore who said, there are only two types of people on the mountain, those who are alive and those who have yet to be. That's what we're doing today. Don't hurt me, mod, okay? You said crazier things, all right? The mod, you know what the mod does? She starts up a game like Marvel Rivals, and she goes, so where are the hot skins? And I take her to the shop. She goes to the store, and then I go, look at the bikini skin, and she goes, 100. And then when I told her about the zoom, she just stopped talking for a bit. Pretty sure she was zooming into Loki's bulge. Anyway, welcome to today's stream.
Okay. I don't know. I'll check to see if there's time before dinner.
Okay. You've got a deal.
Okay, let's give it a try. Ready or not?
I really love these old voice actor lines.
My grandfather said this mummy is worth millions.
Because this could just be a bunch of devs.
The dollar figure may be in the trillions.
And
Select the name of the file you want to open. When you're done, click the...
I can open...
Dialogue.
You can input
Find
wave or
dialogue.
other...
You can
Oh
import
my
wave,
god.
select the name
Joke's
of the
on
file
me,
you
it
want to
doesn't
open.
let you
When
zoom
you're done,
into the
click
bulge.
OK button.
No! I wonder if this works. We do have a desktop. No, I would like to go to my users. How do I go to my Cumizer? There's a specific thing that I do want to try out. WAV files are usually something that isn't really used anymore Although it is one of the few lossless formats, surprisingly. However, we do have one thing that does use WAV files in my dev folder somewhere from Meridian 59 and all the stolen resources that I pulled from that game because apparently I wasn't allowed to. But hey, you know what? Let's see if this works. For instance, we can do cow attack. Is it going to crash? Uh-oh. 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 No. No, no, no! Please, my film, please. It's my film. It's my pièce de résistance. Please, please, I'm begging you, please. Also, basically, what I was realizing too, we need to order this properly because I don't want to edit it later, but maybe I could do some editing. Basically, the most editing that I want to do is stitching together the various scenes because there's a problem. I don't know what the max length of a scene in this game is. Like, I don't know how far you can go with this game and how much content you can have inside of it. Okay, we have to kill it. There may be a limit to how much information that the game can handle, so we may not be able to like do everything within one single file. So the most that I'm willing to do is to stitch things together. But if it can go forever, what I want to do is I want to do everything within. Okay, I know what to do. Is I want to do everything within a single file. So maybe we have to start out with the title of the movie itself. Also, the mountain, this is a great mountain. This is a dungeon, actually. This is a dungeon and people are dead. Everyone's dead. What is the castle? So you have this. It's just a castle. And a graveyard. Actually, it's also a graveyard. There's no beds. Okay, okay. Maybe we stitch things together, but let's see how we actually make a frame now, because I don't really know how to make a frame. So I want to start with the title of the movie. So scene 1, play movie. The volume is going lower and lower. Why? So, okay, how do I do like words? No, not words. 3D. What do we call this movie? I guess the name of a movie. Like, do you think when what's his name? What's the person's name? Do you think when they were making Whiplash, right? Do you think they thought of the name Whiplash before they made the movie? Or after they made the movie? Like, because at some point the name must have come up, because the whole point of the movie, spoilers, is he gets into a car accident and then becomes the best drummer in the entire world. Right? Like that's I mean it's so simplifying the whole plot, but it's basically it. So it's like do you do the thing now? But it's like climb. Climb is stupid. What's 148 hours? Maybe we just take that 127 hours. But for now, this is a placeholder. A placeholder 127 hours. We'll fix this later. Okay? This we fix later. Random shapes. Sharknado was 100%. Sharknado was definitely the name phrase. My theory is that most movies are thought of because a movie executive's child thinks of a cool word and says, Dad, they're thinking about a Sharknado. And the executive like puts his hands on the kid's shoulders and stares at them and it goes, "You're gonna make me millions. You're a genius." And then the like child goes, "Dad, please stop." You know what I mean? Like it's that. I think that's how most movies are made. Also, I realize what I want to have. What is this? Pin cord? Pi cord. I want to have the other circle. Like the full circle. Or the parent was just high. Well, I mean, you could say that about me, though. Like, you could say that about me and my movie idea about, you know, the Junji Ito style climbing the mountain. But I'm never high. There's just something wrong with me. There's just something wrong with me. We do circle. We do... I like the baseball shape. I need something that's, like, legible. But cool looking. You know what I mean? It's like, it has to be... It's gonna be provocative. 127. Okay, that's just shit. If the title isn't long enough, it doesn't work. Like, if it's just a short title like this, it looks like ass. It has to be really long. It has to be something like 127 Hours is a 2010 biographical film, drama, co-written. It has to be really long to make the circle shape work. We'll do this for now. I just want to see how to make like an intro scene of the movie. Is there no way to censor this? Oh, that's gonna bother me for a while. And then we'll move this thing up and down like so. And then I need to do the camera tiny. I don't even know what other camera angles there could be. This is you in heaven. This is you in hell. This is you in heaven. This is you this is you in Interstellar when they open the airlock and your name is Matt Damon. And this is you on the floor looking up at the sky, having just landed back onto New Earth. Okay, so we do this one. We do this one. We skew it a little so it gets like the right angle. Perfect. Okay, now how do you actually do a frame? And how do you save? How do I save my progress so I don't lose it? Save as.
The name of your movie. If you make a mistake, press the backspace key. When
I don't know
you're done,
what this
click
could
the
be
OK
called.
button.
The Calling? Is there a movie called The Calling? Because it is about this idea of a character. Wait, The Calling is the American rock band from Los Angeles. Because the idea of the movie, the idea of the story is that the character can't seem to stop climbing, and they start to neglect more and more of their life to climb, even though life is on the floor, and they start to ignore everything before they eventually become stone. Right? Very. I unlocked something. Chat. Bongo Cat has given me something. New item. Angry. Angry? He's angry. And so it's like you can't avoid the mountain because the mountain is like calling out to you to say, hey, you are here now, right? Oh, I guess you can't even see the save dialogue, actually. I didn't realize, but I guess you can't see the save dialogue. We'll do the calling in this folder. Okay, so the calling, so it's saved. Okay, that's really cool. How do I add more frames? How do I add more frames? How do I...
Resume last action. Costume change. Rotate tools.
No, how do I add more frames?
Slider.
Drag to move within a scene.
Last.
How do I add more frames? Basics. How to. Choosing a scene. Adding a transition at the beginning of your scene. Moving from scene to scene.
To move forwards or backwards in the current scene, use the frame. Moving within a scene. What next?
To move from scene to scene. Okay, I still need more help. I still need more help. This is hard. Scene choices. Scene choices. No, those are the tools, the basics. How about the basics? Starting a new movie.
Start a new movie.
Okay, that's cool now. Copying a movie. What a tutorial. What a great tutorial. This is how you copy a movie and you save it under your name, kiddo. That's right. If you can't make a movie, just take one of your own. You sicko. Getting help, saving your work, copying a movie, save under a new name, sound effects, speech, music. Wow! Playing a sound once, attaching a sound, acts and props, words editing, moving from scene to scene, undoing and redoing. Adding a transition at the beginning of your movie.
Scenes. To add a transition at the beginning of your 1. If necessary, click the next arrow until you click the scene. 1. Drag the black background to this slot. 2. Click one of the 4 transition choices to the right of the black background. 3. Click the OK button. Adding a transition to the beginning.
I get it. So you select the scenes and you add them to your scenes. The scenes are here. All the scenes are here. So you remove the scene, and there's the scene. All right. I get how this goes. All right. I get how this goes. So you gotta, okay, it's interesting, but then how do you animate the frames? How do you animate the frames? If I want to animate the words, how do I animate the words? Okay, that's cool. 3D Movie Maker. those default text things that you see within videos? And then it's like someone started it, but they forgot to change the text. This is what that looks like. It's like I forgot to change anything, and so it's just like 3D Movie Maker. That's a shit.
Fall through ground. Size tool. Synchronize.
Okay, so how do I then go to a different frame? I guess I need to. We have to learn this system. If I can't learn this system, we're doomed. Or maybe the black background is specifically its own thing. Maybe you can't use the black background because of its special nature. Like it is its own thing. Oh, that's how you get your characters to come in, because you can just use them again. Okay, click the action. I want you to run. So now you're running.
Resume last.
Oh, that's incredibly annoying. I don't know how to explain this, but basically, the way that you animate is you hold the thing and you animate it by moving the character around with your mouse, but because it's like a weird 3D plane, it's incredibly inaccurate. It feels awful, actually. It feels genuinely awful. That might be the worst thing ever. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out... Okay, this is gonna be hard. Because how do you do it when someone's just standing there? How do I do it when someone's just standing there animating their thing? Continue last action. Synchronize. What?
Synchronize. Change when an actor, prop, or 3D word gets to a particular location.
Huh? Okay, this has now gotten extremely complicated. I need to kill him. So we need to start back at frame 0. We start back at frame 0, and now there's a million frames. Okay, how do you get rid of your frames? Oh my god, you have to animate perfectly to make this work. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's just try this. Stupid, sorry, this is silly. Okay, it's a little complicated. And he dies. Okay, it's a little complicated. Okay. So he spawns in here, okay? What does it mean when I want to synchronize something? If I want to get here, if I want to get him over here, for instance, how do I synchronize this? Like, what does synchronize mean? Okay, so now he's synchronized into what? I don't know. It's literally just a teleport. I don't understand. But I get the point of synchronize is you do the animation and you use the synchronize as a way to like correct the movement. It's an offset applied on top of the movement to correct the movement and the timing. Okay, so I will never click that button ever again because that's the most confusing functionality I've ever seen in my entire life. If you give this to a child, they're going to cry. They're going to cry. The child will cry. This is sick. Not as in sick nasty. This is like a sick joke. This is made for children to like cry. Okay, let's... But I do want to have the characters defined in the first scene though, because what I can do is actually... I might be able to even like animate the ward. See that? I can... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. Okay, no, not that. I wish to edit this. May I edit this, please? Here we go. Is the calling. Okay, but not in this terrible style. We need like a better style. The calling like this is kind of cool, but I don't think anyone can read it. Going upwards is kind of cool. Maybe it's just the font. It's just the font that I can't like the color of the font. This is awful. Wow, they have a Canadian palette. Look. They have a Canadian palette in the flannel. Okay, it looks like poop, but it's very that's incredibly unreadable. This is good. What is a shape that defines a mountain, but up, only up, right? It rises upwards. Maybe this? I mean, this is pretty good. I think this is pretty decent. I just need a better font, I think. Because Comic Sans is a little goofy and hard to read. That one's way... This is like the Friends logo. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. Isn't that just the Friends logo? Friends logo. Kind of. Kinda. Like I don't know. Or like what's that movie? Is it Frasier? Is it the Frasier logo? Frasier logo. Yeah, it's like Frasier. It looks like Frasier. If I do like Frasier, it looks exactly like Frasier. Okay, so we'll stick with the Frasier style. We'll do The Calling. It looks so awful. I don't know. Aerial MT. It's just a shape. It's just not a consistent growth. But I think we do go with the upper rise. So we go rising upwards. The Calling, right? Drop it there. I can change the outfit of it. That's kind of an interesting thing. I can then animate this. So I could animate this to do anything. That's I could have it like slowly come in the frame. Give me a second. Okay, back. Okay. I see what I need to do. Okay. I know what I need to do. We need to think of like a cool animation for this. I can change the animation over time. Maybe I do want it to fly into screen because that would be kind of cool. But then you have to also like shrink it. How do you also then shrink the thing? Like on this frame, how do you resize it so it looks small? And then I guess every single time you move it, you then have to manually resize it yourself. So it's like, let's say you want to do The Calling here, and then you want to get to like, I don't know, this point where it's over here, right? You want to then bump this size to be like this. And I don't know if it does interpolation. Does it do interpolation of size? It doesn't. Do you see what I mean? Like it doesn't lerp the size from one value to the other. So you have to manually, every single frame that you want to get larger, you have to manually make it larger and larger per frame. So it's like frame 1 like this, frame 2 like there, and you gotta click on it, make it larger. Oop, and I oop. All right, frame 3. This is awful. If you want any complex text effects, this is the worst program to do it in. Oh my god, it's so hard. It's so hard to like do this. Okay. I need to think of something. The text thing is cool. But this is I didn't realize how complicated this would be. Flip letters, at rest, spin letters, cartwheel letters. That's amazing. Side to side, swing it side to side, rock it, back and forth, grow and shrink. Flip it, you spin it, you walk forward. Oh, you can make like an ASCII character. Hop, stretch. I think stretching is cool. Hide and appear. Hide and appear is the classic Pixar movie technique. I know that sounds crazy, but if you watch any Pixar movie from 1990s, 2000s onwards, this effect appears more often than you would think. This is the same effect that Smosh would use. The wave is what they would do on like old school shopping channel videos. I don't think any of these are particularly good. I think instead of doing 3D text, we do normal text. We move away from 3D. Oh my god. Oh no, I need to delete this whole thing. Oh, delete the actor.
Remove.
So that kills it entirely and sets my frames back to, well, I mean, it's still like a shit ton of frames, but. Okay, how do you trim a film?
Copy path. Cut.
Oh no, how do you trim a film? How do you trim the film? Oh.
Remove everything after.
Oh. And so, okay, we're getting better at this. Okay, now I know what to do. Okay, so now we do. This is a very long and complicated process to make a stupid fucking movie. Somebody pay me more money. This is so hard to do. How many fonts are there? Oh my god, it interprets control codes. Okay, how many fonts could that possibly be? Does it update the font by default? No. You have to like update it manually. Oh my god, I think this is every single font I have on my system. I don't think these are just the built-in fonts. It's the program. This is every single one that I have on my system. So modern day fonts. Like if I see font awesome, yeah, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so this is oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. UIs back then weren't made for brevity. UI design back then was a challenge. It was a contest to see who could inflict the most pain onto people. The best is when you have to. The best is when you need to input your date of birth, but instead of letting you type in numbers, you have to click the arrows to go up and down. If you're really old or really young and it starts out on a default pretty far away, you're doomed, basically. I did not have a stroke. I was just talking to my wife. Okay, this is... I might have to spend way more time on this than I realized. And I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if we have time to spend on this. I'm trying not to spend too much time on this effort. Oh my god. Okay. I think we do maybe a couple of like keyframes and then we think about the rest of it later. Because I don't want to spend like 4 hours on this one thing. Because I'm going to go a little crazy. However, this is pretty cool. We forget the title screen. So forget the... Okay. We forget the title screen. It's now gone. We do an entirely... We just start from the main scene, which is the boss yelling at the employee, okay? So we start off in the traumatic sense. I think we start off in the traumatic sense. So we start with the presentation of whatever this is. How do I do like a presentation? What should the presentation be about? Like, or like, do I start from the presentation during the presentation, and then do I zoom into the character's face? Because I know how to do is zoom into the character's face. There's actually a very particular way that I can do it, while showing the various reactions of the characters around me. And then I just sort of be like, oh, you know, this is how it sort of feels like. And then it shows them all sort of like not listening to me. And then my character's freaking out because they're trying to make it work. And sweat keeps dripping down my face. Till sweat drips down my balls or something. Or do I go straight into the yelling, right? Because I wanted to... What do I want to capture? I want to capture that feeling of anxiety. I want to capture that feeling of dread that washes over you when you're in the office place and people treat you like shit, because they usually do. And then you just get absolutely blasted for something that, you know, definitely wasn't really like a major deal. And even if it was a major deal, there's a better way there's a better way of doing it. So do I show... And in that case then, I think it's better if I don't show what happened before. Because that's sort of like the mystery, right? If I think of it in terms of what the viewer gets, like what the viewer gets to see, I want to show them that it doesn't matter what happened before, it matters what the character is feeling now. So it doesn't matter what the MC is doing to have gotten the boss all riled up. It matters that the character, that the MC simply is existing in this place and was just being treated like shit. That cinema, absolute cinema. Okay, also I realized Gustav is a great main character because Gustav has many looks. He has dad going to the office look, right? This is like dad going to the office look here. Maybe this is actually no. This is dad going to the office look, right? Very, very simple, plain, very, very nice. And then he also has "I'm going to rock climb" type of look. Which, I mean, I don't really know if people rock climb in their jeans, but actually, I need somebody who can go from shorts to long pants. Who's a good character that can go from shorts to long pants? You look like you would be easily abused within an office. Not that you should be, but I think but you are not wearing long pants. And well, I mean, the pants is fine, but I definitely need like the shirt or something. The shirt at least has to be props. Is that a rocket? Why is there a rocket? Why is there a rocket? There's a car, there's a rocket. There's the Earth. You can do the Earth, oh, because there's a space scene and you can show the Earth getting blown up by a rocket. I mean, what is this? Bang. Explosio. Explosio. Oh, you can change the color. Oh, yes. Because I want it to have this feeling of your boss is yelling at you in your face, and their spit is landing. This spittle is being ejaculated from their mouth. That's exactly the word that I want to use. Is the spittle from their mouth is ejaculating onto you? Yeah. That's it. Perfect. And then I just have that flying into your face at all times. I think that's a good system. Okay, you know what? I like that as a system. I think it works. So we do that for the look and the feel of the character being yelled at, and there's like stuff being thrown at their face. I think that's a good feeling of it. And then I do for the character. I have the boss character. I just need the MC, somebody who at least wears a shirt. Like a long sleeve. Why do all of you look like fucking clowns? You know what's interesting too, actually, that I was thinking about, right? A lot of the characters in my stories are men because I only really know the experience of being a man. So it's like by default, I write men. But I don't know if I could write a woman any better, so I don't try to. But because of that, I think this whole movie is just going to be a bunch of men. And I don't know, because like in my mind, the MC is a man, but it's like really this story could apply to anyone. And in a way, I don't want the character to have any particular frame about them, or like any point of reference. Maybe I want the character to be so unknown so as to be a blank slate, not for the sake of self-insertion, but to even further drive home the point that it doesn't matter who the character is. And we have the perfect character for that, Mr. Lunchbag Face. I don't know why he's in the office, but let's just assume he has a pretty dapper look, right? He's got quite the professional look over here, you know. Quite the professional look, Mister. I'm going to the office. I think he's supposed to be a criminal. I think Zach is supposed to be like your thief character who's who's wearing the balaclava over his face, but it's not a balaclava. It's another B thing. It's a brown lunch bag. But this is the MC. MC normal. Very important. MC normal. That way, you know, man or woman, it doesn't matter which. What matters is that in this moment, they're being treated like shit. That's cinema. That is cinema, baby. Holy moly. Okay, now I need to move him into the right spot. So I need to move him carefully into the right spot to begin. So you go here and you flip around. No, not like that. I'm just turn around. Face the office. Face the office. And then animations wise, what's your animations like? Crawling? I mean, crawling at some point would be funny. If he gets on the floor and he starts heaving over or something, could be good. Sneak, run, grow, greet, get up, walk slowly, dance, grow fast, karate kick, shrink fast, mad, sad. Talk, sitting, spin, squash, stretch, talk. I just want them to sit. Just sit. Don't move your hands. Don't do anything. Just sit there. Just sit there. Go back to frame 1. Okay, frame 1. Problem is I got too much shit now. Frame 1. Oh, wait. It also keeps the camera angles. Okay, I didn't realize.
Remove everything.
No! This is so complicated to work with. Jesus Christ. It killed him. It killed him. I need to set my seat up on frame 1 and everything else needs to follow. Put on your dapper suit. You're going to the office. Put on your brown shoes because it looks like dress shoes, kind of. Go back to pose. Pose. Sit and set starting pose. Like this. That's a good sit pose, kind of. And then, okay, go back to camera angle. I just need to position them first. So position all the actors first. Oh my god, this is so genuinely, I think it would be easier for you to not download this. I mean, obviously, and just go for Blender or something. Like, it would be easier for you to just download Blender and just learn how to animate from scratch, because this is actual torture. Like, it's so hard to do every single thing. Every little minor thing is so complicated to do that I don't really know what to think about this. Okay, so now he's sitting down. If I look at this camera angle, he's not there. If I look at this camera angle, he is there. He's kind of inside the chair, so I need to. I think that's a good enough illusion, but nobody sits that far up a chair. Here we go. That is the perfect illusion for him sitting at the chair as he's getting reamed out by his boss. You can tell that I have a lot of trauma about this. The problem, if you can kind of tell, is you can't really move him closer towards you without great effort. Although this is actually kind of perfect, because it kind of feels like he's holding on to the chair to stay alive, almost, to like he's uncomfortably shifting around. If I do this, go back here, we do his starting pose. Perfect, just like that. Okay, good. And then we do, okay, so that's good. Okay, so now the scene is good. I need to change. How do I start this? I want to do like a zoom out. The character being occluded like this is a great little detail, right? If you were Roger Ebert and you were writing a movie review of this movie, you would say that the opening scene having the chandelier occlude the face of the main character so as to emphasize that the main character is literally a nobody, that nobody cares about him. He's so useless to the world that he's basically a background character. You would say that this is a work of art and a piece of cinema, and you would say that it is a crime that it is not seen more. Sadly, Roger Ebert is dead. So, we're going to move on. We need to figure out... Okay, so here, this is good. We now need the boss. We now need the boss. Sadly, Roger Ebert is dead. We need the boss. Where's the boss? The boss? Okay, that's me. The boss is on this side. Okay, so the boss is here. The boss. We already scoped him out. Will be this guy. This asshole. So, his name... Why are you here? Fuck. Son of a bitch. Fuck. I think I reset him. But he is sitting. Okay, well, okay, now I know that double click. Never double click something. Never double click, because if you double click, it is a bad time. It's a really bad time. Whatever, close enough. We'll fix him later. Right now, it's him. I need to make him look particularly sleazy. He's got to look like a sleazy boss, right? He has the cougar print on. He's going to go have sex with your mom. Pinstripe, maybe, is more of a clown thing. What is the most sleazy look I can have for him? It really is this. Like this is the sleaziest look that I could think of, because it's pretending to be normal when he's not. With the brown loafers and the motherfucking shades. Oh, that is sleaze supreme. This is the sleaze supreme. In the office, shades, Why? It's the middle of the night. You look at the window. There's no light. Sleaze Supreme. That's my sleazy boss. He's also an asshole. Good. So, what's his name? Randolph? Sorry, you are now the shitty boss. Office scene 1. Save. So I don't lose my work. Save. I could add fake sunlight, actually, outside the window. I think it'd be better for this to be set during daytime. But it would look weird that the sunlight is outside, but then there's like a sunlight. Okay, we'll do sunlight outside with a fake sun. And the way to make a fake sun...
Props.
How do you make a fake sun? Well, I guess this thing has no support for lighting, eh? Is there a prop that can act as a light? I guess not. But I could just do this. So, for instance, if it's, I don't know, like what's the scene gonna look like? Over here, right? Well, I mean, over here, for instance, right? I can get the sun to sort of be here. I can then move it up. Resize the thing to be massive. Just huge. Just like occlude the sky, basically. Does this look stupid? But at the same time, it's a dream. So I want it to look kind of stupid. Like, the whole point of the dream is that it looks kind of off in some way, and you can't really tell why. And you know what it is? Roger Ebert. How do you say his name? Roger Ebert. Pronunciation.
Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert.
Okay, it's not Ebert, he's not French. Roger Ebert would say that this is a masterpiece of a film because outside, in the distance, you can see a hint of something not quite great in the world. How all of a sudden the sky is just this like viciously, almost like crudely yellow sort of background when the sunlight wouldn't be like that. And then it's sort of like that's the beginning hints that this isn't a real world. But again, he would say, if you're not paying attention, you plebeian, then you wouldn't know what you're looking at. Ebert. I like Ebert. Ebert sounds like email, but Ebert. because email is electronic mail, and Ebert could be electronic Bert. We do fake sun underscore so we know what this is. Okay, so right, it has that sense of uncanniness, not because it's clipping through the wall. That's a bug that I'm gonna fix right now, but because it doesn't. Okay, your arm is in the way, buddy, but because it doesn't, it just, the sun isn't like this. I know many of us don't touch grass here, but like the sun doesn't look like this. I need like multiples of this to make this work. Is this the first scene where I've only just really become conscious. I've only just really become conscious.
Copy what.
Because I've only really just learned what this program is. I've only really just learned. It's very hard to know what this thing is. Shrink squash. Wait a minute, that's perfect. Squash is kind of good. Oh my god, yes. I'm trying to make it look very past the conscious threshold of the stream. Yay! Oh boy, I came in at the right time. I'm at the peak of consciousness. This is getting good. Okay, maybe what I do. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah, then flip. Oh, here we go. You then flip the whole thing so it's like a long donut. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh shit, that's it. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's warping because the shape, it's the squash shape. Oh, this isn't really working. Everything's a little broken. Did I know that I can record my own voice lines? Yes. And we found out in the best way possible when I made a moan that sounded exactly like this. Where's it again? Sounds. What is this?
Listener. Listen to, remove, or check.
Oh, here we go. What are you looking at? You're looking at this? I don't know how to help you. I'm gonna be real with you. Every time someone asks me what they're looking at, I'm like, I don't know how to help you. I feel like the Twitch UI has everything that you need to help yourself. Like, there's nothing I can do to explain further what you're looking at. You just need to look down. Like, let me show you the Twitch UI. Let me show you the Twitch UI. It always makes me laugh because I'm like, I don't know what to say to people. Like, I genuinely don't know what to say because it's like it's not that like it's like there's a lot of information on the stream. And so it's like, okay, what is this? And then what is this? And then, oh, okay, you're doing this. You know what 3D movie maker is? Okay. If you weren't here like 6 hours ago, like or like it's like this is not a you thing. It's just like it's easier to just do this versus like asking a question like that. I just feel like because like I can't help you. I've already explained it once. I'm not doing it again. Everyone can go find it on their own. Oh, you didn't even see any of that, did you? You didn't even see me open up Firefox to go to my stream and then to go to like go to wikipedia.org where I ended up searching up a 3D movie maker, right? Like you actually saw nothing. Okay, well, what I did was I went to Wikipedia and then searched up 3D movie maker. This okay, my fake sun idea ruined bit. Sorry, studio mode ruined me again. This fake sun thing isn't really working out. But I do like the weird ethereal nature of it. Like I don't want it to be in this room. I want it to look weird. Like I want it to look genuinely unsettling the way that it is here. Copy of fake sun. Okay, well the problem, we both did a dumb. No, you didn't do a dumb. It's just, you know, I get the point of why you do that, right? Because it's like, oh, you just want to like have a first hand account. I was the idiot. I was the real idiot. I'm the one who should be a professional in some level. As the YouTube comments always tell me that I should be more professional, even though I tell them that I'm not kidding you. In the last 3 years that I've done this, I've only made $100, right? Not because I'm unprofessional, but because this is all just a shitpost thing. Perfect. Look. Roger Ebert would say that because you're a professional Twitch chatter. I'm a professional Twitch moderator. Roger Ebert would say that the sun and outside the window there being nothing but an endless expanse of emptiness like this is the first sign of something not being good. It is the first sign of something being strange. You're here to provide content. Thank you. I even kind of want to make like the background of the office disappear. Like I kind of want the background of the office to be emptiness. You know what I mean? Because Roger Ebert would say that everything that being confined to only the desk. Like, how do I make it so that the most important thing is visible? There's only one important detail. It is the office table where you're getting reamed out by a boss. You should have asked me what I was making. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, yeah, it's probably yeah. Yeah, it's your fault. What am I supposed to say? Huh? Is it your fault or not your fault? I don't know. I'm not your father. Fuck. Fuck. I don't even have a father. How do you do this? We're gonna go. There we go. Right? Because then Roger E. I can't say his name without stuttering. Roger Ebert would say that everything being lost in the world. Ebert. Well, what am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to treat that? Ebert. Raj. Cubert's cousin, +2. Very good. +2. That's a good +2. What happened to Cubert? You know how they made that new the new whatchamacallit, the new Pac-Man game where it's like Pac-Man but Metroidvania, right? What they should really be doing is Qbert but Metroidvania. They should bring back Qbert. +2, a golf clap. I have the perfect sound effect for this. Golf game score sound effect. What's this? Okay, ready? +2! +2! +2! That's exactly what you heard in your head. Thank you. See, I'm a mind reader. I'm here to eat your minds. Clap. Sorry, move this. Okay, we move here. Sorry, I have 5 different windows open. I'm getting lost. Okay, I need to somehow swallow the background. Maybe Roger Ebert is wrong. Maybe Roger Ebert could be wrong, and maybe having the rest of the scene is a viable thing compared to swallowing it whole. Like, how am I gonna swallow the floor? But I really do like the idea of it being this weird space where there's nothing at all. Like, I kind of like that. Like, I kind of like that there's nothing at all in this space. What happened? Why did you die? Who killed you? I killed you. Stretch, stretchy. There we go, stretch. Ooh, so very stretchy. There we go, perfect. Maybe, let me flip you down a little. There we go. And then we move you up. There we go. Is that good? Does this even look good? Because it's one thing to think about it from a storytelling perspective. No, but this is the thing, right? I'm falling into that trap. The only thing about a movie that matters is the story. Everything is in service of the story that you want to tell. So, who cares if it looks bad if it gets the point across? You know what I mean? Like, if the visuals serve the purpose, doesn't that matter? I was truly born for interior design. This is the only place where you're allowed to make fun of the streamer and they won't ban you for it. I want you to know I'm giving you all a privilege here. I'm giving you all a privilege. But so help me God, one day, don't show up to stream tomorrow. Don't show up to stream tomorrow. Sorry, that was dark. This looks stupid. No. Roger Ebert would say this is shit. Roger Ebert would say, it appears that they left a number of props on lying around on set, which distracted me and ruined the entire experience, thus taking me out of the flow of the film and making me realize that maybe some things are better left to the trash can. Maybe some things are better left never played on anything except the VCR of the editor. This is kind of poopy. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. No!
Remove the currency.
You don't understand. I just had a heart attack. Sorry, I just keep getting calls the entire day. I keep getting called. I don't mind if my wife calls. It's just everybody but my wife calling me is a huge inconvenience because it's like, buddy, these are office hours. You go to the kitchen for 1 second, you just hear me scream in the distance as if he saw a loved one die in front of him. As if he saw a loved one die in front of him. I mean, it basically was a loved one dying in front of me, yes. I did just see, like, my loved one die. It basically was that. Okay. Roger Ebert would say this is the best thing that you could do, and anymore and you're lost in sauce, okay? Roger Ebert, you smart son of a gun. I do believe you are absolutely correct. Okay, so now it looks. Do you see this quality? It has this quality about it. Where for some reason out the window. So now this is a movie that Roger Ebert would look at and then go, I knew that something was wrong when I looked out the window and there was nothing but a sheer white sky, a fog that seemed to have descended upon the world as if to say that there is nothing else but you and your boss in the office. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now I need to make sure that it looks good from all angles because adding props to this game is actually incredibly complicated, and I don't really know how to do it in a way that doesn't break. Dear God. Perfect. That way. Is the boss a loan shark? That's exactly the feel that I'm going for. Basically, I'm trying to go for this idea. Okay, so sorry. So you came in and okay, the one thing that you won't know is the story, which is entirely my own thing. So once again, I will take this as an excuse to show you my Emacs, which is the story is a rock climbing story that I made the one time that we played Peak, and I think it was after. It was before you joined the stream from the raid from Narf. And so basically, what is the story about? Well, it's a story about somebody who is climbing to get away from their life, right? So a person who climbs rocks all day, who gets more... It's based on Junji Ito Emax. Ebert? Email Emax! Sorry. A person who climbs rocks all day, who gets more and more pieces of rock and dust stuck to them that they can't seem to wash off. It's in the style of like a Junji Ito story, where like in Junji Ito stories, there's this sense of the characters being compelled to do something, and then that calling sort of like consumes them, right? It's sort of like this idea of forces beyond you consuming you and churning you into a part of their mass, which I really sort of enjoy, at least within the story of this whole was made for me, as well as like this idea of like there was another such story from them as well. And basically, they feel compelled to climb and have dreams of the rock beckoning them, pushing them ever forward, the floor rising to match their climb heights. And basically, the idea is that we start with this sort of showing of this character's life being absolutely awful, and how they're being mistreated at work and how nothing's going right. And this idea of them slowly going, Bongo Cat. Going further and further away from humanity, from the ground where the rest of the world is. So the main character about this story should be a failure, right? They seek to climb as a way to fulfill their lives because on the ground where the rest of the world is seated, they feel that there is no seat for them. And so they feel like they've lost their way, and so they've basically been like they've become lost in this world that is no longer available to them, without realizing that they too could have had a seat at that table because they too are a person. And so, in contrast, atop the mountains where the glory and recognition, honor, love, and respect can be found, all the things that they're missing in their life that they so desperately desire. And it is that crushing feeling that I wish to convey to the reader, that all the answers to the MC's problems could be found if only they were to open their hearts and their minds to the world around themselves, always and only looking up. And then this random chatter that came by when we were playing Piece of Yours said, there are only two types of people on the mountain, those who are alive and those who are yet to be. Cinema, absolute cinema. And then at the end, he becomes rocker. Will it be a Jerry who cleans the climber's poo? I do, actually, that's a good point. I should make actual detailed references to actual rock climbing stuff. Because think about it. When have you ever seen an anime about a very niche topic, or like a manga, that hasn't been incredibly detailed? Like, I think to myself, what's that show? My Dress Up Darling. My Dress Up Darling is an incredibly detailed look at what cosplay is. And there's a lot of details about cosplay in it that is apparently very accurate. And so it's like, that's a pretty cool thing. Or how about, what's that, Shirabako? that anime about making anime, where the animators themselves inserted bits of their actual experiences in making anime within this anime about making anime. And so it actually showed a very accurate experience of what it means to go and do research and like figure out what's going on, but also having to live the pains of making anime. Or how about what's that one anime? Oh, Yosuga no Sora, which is incredibly accurate to how incest plays. It's an incredibly accurate depiction of what happens when two siblings go too far in their love for each other. Hikaru no Go made you want to start playing Go. Yeah. And then you know what? Okay. I love Free. Free, when I was when Free came out and I first watched it back in high school, I was like, this is the coolest anime ever. One, the characters are incredibly good looking. Two, the swimming stuff is sick. It's like, because it shows the drive and the effort that you need to go through in order to like be at the top. And it shows what happens when ambitions meet reality and when you sort of have to scale things back, and how empty your life can be without the joys that you enjoy and having to hold yourself back in a certain way, right? And that made me want to swim, and then I drowned, and then I stopped swimming. MasterCard is going to cancel my payment options. Listen, if they were going to cancel me, they would have canceled me a long time ago. You know what's crazy? My YouTube channel still has not been banned. There is a video on there where there is just barely censored titty. Let me show you. The video is literally called On Creation and Hentai. I don't know how I swung this. I actually have no clue how I swung this. On Creation and Hentai. It's literally called On Creation and look, as we scroll through this video we're playing, maybe. Remember this game where we realize there's like a ton of adult content in this game that is like very thinly hidden. Very thinly hidden. And I had to like censor, like I had to censor a lot of this video. Like a lot of this video is just like completely dark. Like portions of this video are so dark that you can't see anything. Right there, a titty would have spawned. Like this is this video has not had any monetization issues. But you know what's had monetization issues? I'm not even kidding you. Do you want to know what's had monetization issues? Do you want to know what's had monetization issues? Let me find it. There was here you go. Project Silverfish can't be monetized. Mon Bazo can't be monetized. Yeah? Mon Bazo, the game about building your car? Project Silverfish, the game about shooting guns, can't be monetized? Oh, okay. What else? Uma Musume cannot be monetized. Like, what the fuck? Peaks of Yore? Rock Simulator 2? Like, this is their priority. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I actually don't. I don't know how people on YouTube make money, because I'm like, there's no fucking way the system works. If it's not monetized for kids, then they don't care. Well, what's interesting is that I wonder if they do care, because sometimes it does flag certain videos as 18 plus only. Like the Girls Frontline 2 video was like a 18 plus video, but none of my videos are marked for a kid, so it's strange. You guess you're not watching enough anime. You learn nothing from Bleach. What? You didn't learn that in Bleach you should die? You know what I mean? Like, because the whole point of Bleach is that like the main character like almost died and then had to die to become like the soul guy and took the powers or something. It was kind of a weird story, honestly. Oh, you know what? You should have learned a fashion sense from Bleach. I think Bleach had some of the best fashion in the entire world of anime. Like, some anime slap with their fashion. Top to me is Cowboy Bebop, and the Bleach. Something about the outfits in both of those shows look really good. You knew Silverfish was a perfect game. You knew. That's why you always hated it. Tentacles good, guns bad. So true. What are we doing? Right, we have to frame the boss. The boss needs to be framed. So now we have, okay, now let's look at the scene. It doesn't matter what camera angle we have. Everything is covered in this fog. It's a bit like Silent Hill. It's a bit like the way that Silent Hill is, where everything is covered in this fog, where nothing seems normal and everything seems strange, right? This is a good framing. Like, where's that Silent Hill speech? Where's that Silent Hill speech? Silent Hill fog speech. Song. With song? Fog song. Black Fairy. Forest Trail Run. Restless Dreams. Fog Core. 1 hour Silent Hill Fog Core playlist. Just in my yes, in my restless dreams. In my restless Silent Hill in my restless dreams speech. Mary's letter.
In my restless dreams, I see that town.
Fog Core. Sorry, not a frog core.
Silent Hill.
Fog Core.
You promised you'd take me there again someday.
But just listen
But
to
you
that
never did.
in relation to this.
Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me.
Camera angles.
Camera
never
angles.
do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it. Camera angles.
And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness.
You're not ready to cry.
I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll
Camera
never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't.
Like it fits so well. It fits so.
pathetic and
It
ugly
fits
laying here,
so well. It fits so
waiting
well.
for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how
Oh, it's so good. Perfect cinema, absolute cinema. That's the vibe that I'm going for. Is this sense of like, there's something weird about this space, and you're in this dreamland. What's crazy is we spent 2 hours doing fuck all. We spent this 2 hours. We done fuck all for this movie. I'm gonna be fired. Okay, Sony Pictures is gonna fire me, and you're never gonna see the movie if I don't get something out the door by today. We've got to place my boss, my shitty boss. My shitty boss will sit over here. What pose do you want? So what pose? Well, it must be. I think he should be standing. And sort of pacing along. And I want various coworkers. So basically, because we have a limited character palette, initially, because this is like based on a Junji Ito style story, it's supposed to be like a Japanese salaryman getting through the anxiety of like life, right? But the problem is that there's only one Japanese character in the entirety of this game, so I can't use the same Japanese person for the main character and his and his coworkers. So I'm gonna have to make it. So basically, I'm changing the story to be a foreigner who's come over to work here, trying to live out his dreams. Basically, it's a weeaboo who believed that Japan was this beautiful promised land, only to realize that it actually sucks in many different ways. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm going for. Arms crossed. I have a very limited palette. I can make him lie down. Faint. Dance. That is not a dance. That's just him gyrating his hips. Laugh. I need him to sort of like not run, not crawl. How do I make him walk back? Walk. Yes. I want him to be pacing around the room, talking about how shit my project was. That's what I want. And what I want as the scene is this. This is the scene that I want. The coworkers, as it gets to me. So it starts over. That's a confusing cut angle. I want. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want this. I want this. I want the coworkers. I want the boss to be walking over there. Which, if I'm correct, I mean, let's just place a character here. And who is our coworker going to be? Hero. I guess this sort of goes back to the question of like, does it need to be Hero? Because if it's set in Japan, what does a Japanese person look like? And then any answer that you have is potentially a landmine that you step on that gets you canceled. So it's like, maybe anybody could be my coworker. Like maybe I widen the scope. But I really want to sell that story of this idea of like you being a salaryman who's stressed to shit. Also because there's no mountains where I live in most Western places, so it's kind of hard. The cat. We're not going to do the cat as the coworker. This is going to be a serious... I'm going to submit this to the Toronto International Film Festival. It can't be a shitpost. It has to be period accurate, okay? If I pulled out, like... If I whipped open, like, an Emacs on my Steam Deck... In like a Quentin Tarantino film set in like the cowboy period, you would look at me and then say why. Boss slowly walking, disappointed in you, putting you on pip seems to... That's exactly the feeling that I want you to have. I want you to feel like you're lost and you're hopeless, because that's what this character is. This character, just like all of us here, is a loser. Because I'm a loser. We're all losers. By the way, you can import models into this. You're pretty sure there are a lot of plenty of famous anime characters that you can just download. Yeah, so I talked about that early on. I can't even show the download page because there's like Nazi dog whistles on that page. Like it's really... There's like one particular website that has all of them sort of curated. And that one website... If you click on any of them, it's like Nazi dog whistles, and then there's like a bunch of the N-word. Like people will just type the N-word in like various forum posts. Yeah, it's really bad. So at the beginning of the stream, I talked about how this game has two sides. One side is the software preservation. The other side is the fact that for some reason everyone using this program is incredibly racist. Like the subreddit for this game on Reddit has a dude who I'm pretty sure is like pretty racist because, you know, based on the things that they've made, and is like doing some very subtle dog whistling, and I don't know about this, you know what I mean? Like it just seems bad. And that was within 5 minutes of it really didn't take me long. You come here to have fun, not be reminded of the overwhelming darkness. Well, that's what you get here. You get the whole range of emotion. Some days you're happy, some days you're sad, you don't know, but that's what you come here to feel, right? Because think about it. When you go to watch a new movie, do you know how you're going to feel? No. Well, most of the time you do. Well, sometimes you don't. I mean, most of the time you do. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you go to watch a movie and you're like Castaway by Tom Hanks. What is this shit? All right, well, this is before he was, you know, like a weird racist dude. Maybe he still was racist. I'm not sure. Was he the racist one, or was he the really drunk one? I can't recall. But either way, right? This is like, you know, during that time, and you don't know what to expect. And you go in and you go through this like this wild roller coaster of emotions as he gets stuck on the island, as he finds hope and safety, as he goes back home and comes back to nothing. And isn't that the point of cinema? Isn't the point of cinema to feel? Isn't the point of cinema for somebody to help you feel things that you never thought you would feel in a way that you never thought you could? Castaway just made you more scared of flying. Honestly, the same thing. Same with the there's a channel. I don't know how common this channel is, but for us it was called the Discovery Channel in Canada. And the channel would run things like documentaries or nature stuff, right? One of the segments that they had was recreations of various events in history, mostly involving planes. So they recreated what happened on 9/11 when the people fought back against the terrorists to take back the plane and then force it to crash elsewhere and not into the Pentagon. There was another that showed what happens when like certain flights explode. For instance, I think there was like, I mean, there's been a fair number of flights that have like that have blown up and like disappeared, right? Or like and that we like know the cause of. And it does recreations of how that would have felt and then been like, and then sort of the confusion that the pilots had during that communication thing, right? And you know, they even did one where it was that one plane that blew up because like some country shot it down. And then they tried to cover it up, but then they were sort of showing what could have happened behind the like scenes. Fascinating recreation, made me terrified of flying for years. There was even one they did of that story of that plane that crashed and of the people who survived. All of them except one died, and that one person who survived began to eat the other people just to be able to survive. And they actually like recreated them, like the whole eating scene and stuff too. I was like, Jesus Christ! Mind you, this was a channel touted as almost like an informational channel, not like a public TV network, but definitely not something like an HBO that would be showing like scripted films. You know what I mean? Like it was intended to be almost like a knowledge base kind of, and then it became more of a for fun channel with like the Alien show. But you know, it was pretty interesting. So imagine you want to learn something, and you learn that somebody ate somebody because they crashed on a plane somewhere. You wish that were me, like you eating someone, or you being eaten, or you crashing a plane, or did you mean to type that when I was talking about 9/11, buddy? Which one was it, huh? Which one was it? Answer the question. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. That's when you bait somebody. Are you a terrorist? It's also like sort of a moment to eat the flesh of fellow humans. It's so true. But when is it ever unacceptable? And scene. Okay. you just say that phrase and it just plays this music. You just hear the person say, but when is it unacceptable? Just like pure silence as this music goes. And the zoomer and the camera just zooms into my face. And you think it's all a joke, but it just keeps on going. You think it's all a joke, but it just stays silent. It just goes. And you slowly walk away and scene, and then that's all scene, right? I might be the best filmmaker in all of history. Are you Hero? You're Slam. Where is Hero? I swear Hero wasn't here. End scene. Do it again. This is dog shit. That scene was dog shit. What do I pay you for? Acting? Let me see the names of the actors. Where is Hero? You are not Hero. The dude had like I swear there was a dude who had the exact You're Hero. That's the coworker look. Hello, Hero. I want him to be like a sniveling person, like a sniveling, conniving, sort of like type of person who's like, look at him, he's getting yelled at again. The sniveling wretch. Oh, that's a good name for a coworker, the sniveling wretch. What? He has a shirt that has a bib and a fork inside of his pocket. And he has a shirt that is a blimp. And he has a shirt that is a crab. This is just like a fish sauce bottle logo. You know what I mean? Like you go to the supermarket, you buy fish sauce. It has this as a logo. Hiro Nakamura from the hit TV show Heroes. Wait, was his name actually Hero and he was from Heroes? Do you think that's is that a case of like what's the thing called? It's like the like Destiny where you're named a certain way and so because you're named that way, people look at you and they go, you are on the show. Like in League of Legends, there's a character named Yasuo, and so anytime someone has the name Yasuo, I can't help but think of like a samurai dude. But then when you hear the name Hero too, it's like I think of like a hero as well. Or like same thing with Big Hero 6. That was what last names were. That is true. Last names were that, right? Like Smith and stuff. But first names, I feel like first names being that could also be interesting. My first name is Big Cock. Sorry. It's like so I raise roosters. Yeah, exactly. I raise a lot of roosters. It's like that meme of like the whole the son and the father driving in the car. And the son is asking why is the sister named that? It's because the mother named it after what she loved, and then it's like, oh, okay. And then the dad says, "You're welcome, tight pussy." You know what I mean? Like it's like what? It's like what the fuck? You like the long pause after that. Sometimes I have to take a moment to like recover and think about what I said, you know? I can't just say these things and like it's hard for me even to like take into consideration, take in that I even said and did such a thing, because I'm actually like a swell fellow. I don't usually do like I'm not usually like this. I'm quite normal. You must admit that you have not heard that version of the joke yet. Sorry, I was trying to think of like what a stereotypical like bro dude would be into, and I was thinking like tight pussy. I guess. I was like tight pussy, sure. I couldn't think of anything. Okay, I was panicking. You try to think of what like a bro dude would be into, like a bro dude who ended up having like a child to make that joke work, right? Could also be a spy. Panic defaults to that. Defaults to tight pussy. It could also be a spy, and it's like, Dad, why did mom name my sister something? And then the dad goes, oh, you know, it's because your mom really loves that. And then he goes, oh, that's cool. Thanks for telling me, Dad. And then the dad goes, no problem. FBI files on JFK's assassination. Because he's like a spy and he really wants to know what like he's a conspiracy theorist and he really wants to know what happened. No worries. FBI files unredacted on the JFK assassination. We call him JFK for short. So I'm actually quite normal. He lied as natural as he breathed. I am actually way more normal than anybody else here. I am a genuinely normal person in real life. Are they saying there's none named DB Cooper? Oh, holy shit. Yeah, he just has like a bunch of sons that's just named after conspiracy theories. like you are my TB Cooper. You are my Bermuda Triangle. You are my flat Earth. Oh man. You know what's crazy is the AI on YouTube is gonna flag this video and it's gonna be like because sometimes the AI it'll write like an AI description saying don't believe in these things. That's a conspiracy theory that has no substantive evidence, and it's like it takes nothing into account about the reason why I'm talking about it. It's like we know that's why we're making fun of it. Other son is named DB Cooper. That's really good. It's really good. Let's move this character around to bring him down. I need to make him at the right height. He does not look like he's sitting comfortably. I think the problem is that making these characters sit is a little bit of a problem. The animation for sitting does not look comfortable. I need to make my own animation of sitting. Dance, sit. I need his arms at his... Yes. Kind of like that. Kinda like this. So basically for these characters, we won't show their legs. Because if I show their legs, I think the entire illusion will break. Right? I want him to be sitting kinda like this. Okay, now he looks like a toddler that's in a chair that's way too large for him. He needs to be a little bit taller. Needs to be a bit taller. Maybe this is better actually, because the arms are kind of down. I can choose exactly what frame to go for. Perfect. I need to get like the right illusion. It's all about filmmaking is about the illusion of what you want the person to see and to feel. It's not about the realities of what it is that they're saying. It's about the illusion. Because in that illusion, you have something more, something better. What have I done? No, I want to change him. Hero. Perfect. Okay, does he look normal? You know what? I think the fact that they look like a strange amalgamation of a person and their proportions looking off leads very well into what this is going to feel like. Because then it feels like this person isn't really there. Just sort of feels like a dream. Which is exactly the plot of Silent... No, just kidding. Spoilers. I killed him! The implied human. Thank you. The implied human. Do you see what I'm working with? Look, this is how you animate people. By the way, there is no such thing as keyframing. You move them with your mouse. You have to move them with your mouse to navigate this 3D space that has no concept of space. Why is he getting smaller? Chad, he's getting smaller. Chad, he's getting smaller. Chad, what's going on? Chad, he's getting smaller. Chad, I don't know what's going on. He's getting smaller. Why is he getting smaller? He's getting smaller. He's getting smaller. No, Hero, please come back to me. Hero, please. Hero, why are you so small all of a sudden? Hero. He's so small. He's so small. Are we all in a simulation where someone is just dragging us with a mouse? Honestly, we might be. You ever think about this? Think of how many times you go to your... Think of how many times you open your closet and you look inside and you know that you did laundry the night before, but all of a sudden there just aren't enough socks. Think about how many times that sock could go somewhere else. Think about where that sock could go. Where could it possibly be? Think of how that sock was there at some point but now no longer is. The only way that that could be is because somebody moved it. Something. But you live alone. There's nobody in your home. Nobody lives there with you. Nobody is there with you. You're the only person there. So, who could have moved it? If it wasn't you, it must be them. It's the wormhole behind the dryer. I actually wonder if whatchamacallit? Like, you know the vent inside the dryer that sucks out the humidity and like all the dust, right? Could that ever accidentally suck out a piece of clothing? Like, could your sock fly out of your dryer out the vent that's like at the top of your building or your house or something, right? And land right on top of someone? That's a good theory to think about. How do I reset someone? I wish to reset this person back to their whole self. Change back. There we go. So now he's back to a normal proportion, though he looks quite small. And we simply make him larger. The fact that they all have the same face is going to look somewhat uncanny, so I'm hoping to like tweak it a little so they look kind of different here and there, just by the basis of or like just with this. Also, I think this is a great one because he looks left and right, so he can look at the boss. So the boss will be walking behind them. Actually, wait, am I even looking at the right angle? I think I do want the boss by the window. Can I change the color palette? Not really. Like at most you can really change the clothing, but this is a very, basically, it's just whatever options that you have, pretty much. for the characters, and you have to work within those bounds. It's a bit more restrictive, but in a way, it feels more fun when it's restrictive. Because then it's like, how do you make something like this work? How do you make this feeling, this fog core feeling work? I'm not even kidding you. This is what the playlist is called, by the way. If you look in chat, it's called Restless Dreams 1 hour Silent Hill Fog Core Playlist, super slow plus reverb. My wife actually, she has this one song that she plays on her playlist. It's a really funny thing to like think of, because that song is a remix where it's super slowed down with a lot of reverb, and it sounds way cooler, but it's just funny because the whole vibe of the song is changed, and it's like an isolated voice track put onto a whole different track. How do I, Yes! I want the boss. That's exactly it. I want the boss to be so slightly out of frame that you don't even see their face. As if the boss's face doesn't matter. The face of the beast doesn't matter. You contributed 2,000 total to the Show Butthole Live on Stream challenge. Thank you for finding the challenge. You have a month to get that going. There's also the 69 sub challenge, which I don't know why Twitch lets me do this. I just set these up because it was funny. But Twitch lets you just do these. So see? So he's like walking across. And basically what I want to do is I want to have him walking behind, turn around, and then continue walking through here behind them. Right? And then his head would be turning to look towards him. He's the only one who's like kind of reacting to the boss walking around. And then, but then I wonder if I should be seated in the middle of my coworkers, because then it'd be interesting to have the main character. Sorry, it'd be interesting to have the main character looking at the boss nervously like this in the middle. But I think at the end of the table with all your managers sitting around you is a way more terrifying prospect, right? And then you would cut to, say, this scene. No, not this scene. We need a good scene of this. This scene. Where the boss would walk over around us and behind us almost in a way that is like unsettling. Maybe even closer. I want a closer angle. Like this. Perfect. Exactly like this. And then again, done in such a way that you can't see his face. So I want to play with the perspective a little. At this point, I would want to play with the perspective by making him larger than he really is, such that you can't see his face, but it feels like he dwarfs and engulfs the camera as he walks past, to give this feeling of like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Right? It like he has to feel imposing in that way as he churns to go behind me, as the character is like getting nervous. Then you go to maybe I do like a POV shot where it's like, yeah, maybe I do a POV shot, because what I can do, oh my god, what I could do is no, okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. We end with a POV shot in a system that is inherently a locked frame, locked angle sort of environment by doing this. We now have this scene. He stands behind the character. So he's going to stand behind the character, like so. He's going to face the character. Then I change the animation to this. I change the animation to this. And I put his hands on the character's shoulder. Like that. You know what I mean? Roger Ebert would say that this is the best film he's ever seen. And he's already dead. Like, he would come back to life to let me know that this is the best film he's ever seen. Does HR get involved? No. that's why it's such an awful place. Because this is sort of like the corporate experience, right? Is that, at least in my experience, when I had to deal with the HR thing to like help my other coworker, like she only really got help when it became a problem that people were starting to notice, versus like when it was a problem. And I remember distinctly thinking to myself, you weren't there when it was important and useful. Exactly. Like HR is never really helpful in that sense. So knowing that, it's sort of like, this is the feeling that I want to impose on the player character. But he can't be too large. Like he does have to be a fairly normal size. So he has to be a fairly normal size here. So he's normal in fairly normal sized in this scene, right? You're more scared of HR than a boss. So true. Yeah. Because you never really know what they're gonna do or say. And so this is okay. So now this is the trick, right? In this scene, because that camera angle. Remember, these are all the same camera angles. From this scene, I need to move him kind of forward so I can see his hands clip through. Like a POV shot, you see his hands. See that? Like a POV shot, you can see his hands going through the character as if he is like it feels like his hands are on your shoulder. That's exactly the feeling that I want to have. And I would need to kind of tilt him forward a bit to make it really work. But I think this would absolutely work as long as it plays out well, kind of. It would need tweaking, but I think it is possible. He would just have to be massive. I think he would have to be ludicrously large to make this scene work, but I think that's fine because you can do instant transformations from frame to frame. So you don't need to like lerp it slowly. You can do an instant transformation, and it should just work. The problem is I'm trying to get, maybe I need two. I need a hand double. So what I have is one hand like here. And so like I need two versions of the boss character. Two. So on that scene where I'm doing like a first person view, I would have two different versions of the boss. One version of the boss for his left hand, the other version for his right hand. Yeah. Right? And then from your perspective, it's like the hands on your shoulders, and it's like the one left hand plus the one right hand combined together to make the hands on your shoulders. Oh. Genius. And then the next scene is I'm gonna have the character sort of look up from their chair. And the way that I'm gonna do this is actually pretty genius because I thought of this when I was getting coffee, okay? Okay, now it looks like they're having sex. But basically, the way that I'm gonna do that scene is it's gonna be an entirely new scene. So, new scene. This shows you the first frame, okay? Save this. This new scene is gonna be an entirely empty scene like this. It's gonna be right after, not the airplane scene. Why is there an airplane scene? No. Nuke that scene. Okay, now add new scene, this one. And what I'm going to do is that in this scene is the main character. And the way that he's going to look up is that his face is going to be like this. So he's going to be really zoomed in, and basically it's going to go like this. Okay, I kind of fucked it. It's gonna go like this on, let's say, one frame, and then I animate him sort of looking upwards by going into by then on the next frame making him look up and then zooming in really close to his face. And then I have the boss like yelling at him while hovering over him, spitting down on him using the blue prop, using the blue using the blue particle to act as spit. And using the balls to act as spit. Oh. This might be my best work yet. We talked about airplanes and I made an airplane scene. Oh, scaredy cat. This might be my best work yet. And honestly, it's because I accidentally clicked on the airplane, but it was a little scary. And plus, combined with the Silent Hill music, it's a little scary. And then you have the terrified face of the main character sort of shaking erratically throughout the scene as small heads of the boss appear from the corners until he eventually surrounds the entire space. And then the final scene that I want is this. The final scene that I want, or like the final portion of the scene that I want, is something like this, where he's yelling at the character and he engulfs, and he just swallows the character whole. So his giant mouth swallows the character whole. And so we enter his mouth. And that's when the MC wakes up from their nightmare. That's the beginning of the movie. He swallows the MC whole. He gets closer and closer towards the camera until finally he swallows us whole. Okay, maybe not at the nose level. Sorry, go down to the mouth. There we go. You know what I mean? Like that is... And then from here, we would do a transition to the character waking up at the bar. Okay, so that was... Okay, so in 2.5 hours, we have an idea, but not a real concept yet. We have an idea, but not a real execution. But that's what it would feel like. As the spit is going out to you, as the boss is yelling at you, as he seems to overwhelm you, he swallows you whole. I kind of like the way that it clips through as well. And what I want to do actually is when it clips through, could there be something... The final scene. The image. Remember, this is a nightmare that he's having, and he hears the call of the mountain. What is the call of the mountain? It is himself. Encased in stone. Just an image of this creature behind, showing up through the boss, through the noise. The character having become encased in stone. Oh shit. Oh shit. So when you cut through, oh shit. So when you clip through the boss, that's what you see. Oh shit. Oh shit. Chat, this might be cinema. This actually might be this might be cinema. Yo, see, like, and then it's like, okay, so up until now you don't see this character, like you don't see the stone version, right? It's only here when we spawn the stone version, and then when you cut through the boss's mouth, then you cut to black and go straight into the next scene within like 2 or 3 frames. And then we do something like, oh, we'd even do like a homage to something like mouthwashing, because mouthwashing's aesthetic is incredibly good. What we could do is this idea of just text laid out in unsettling ways. You know what I mean? Like the word, like the word climb. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actually, it's starting to take shape. It's starting to take shape, and it's actually, it actually might be kind of cool, chat. This might be kind of cool. I think we don't do Dwarf Fortress, and we only do this for the entire day. I am willing to see this effort through, because that might be the best intro. The problem is that that's the first 30 seconds. Roughly, that is like the first 30 seconds of the movie. It's gonna be the length of a short story, very simple, climbing, again, having to deal with the problems. Oh, it's so good. So we can do like a bit of a yep, like a bit of a bit of a mouth washing thing, right? So the word climb. We can like oriented like so, such that it flashes on screen very quickly and then sort of disappears, right? Because there's even animations that we can do with this. Like it oh shit. For instance, we can do like this, okay? So then we do like this. Oops, maybe not like that. How do I do like an animation in a single space? Like, how do I do this? How do I do it so it doesn't move, but it progresses? Oh, you hold it down. You know what I mean? And we could even speed that up by doing our own keyframing. So for instance, let's say I want to make it really fast. I could do like this. And then change where it is in this pattern really quickly. So now it's over here. So it's like frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. So it's because it's like that effect that I see is it's meant to be like a quick flash on the screen that you barely even comprehend, but it because it's so, because a key to the effect is that it's incredibly visceral, and it impacts you in a way that it leaves a silhouette in your mind that you can recall seeing. And it's when you begin to focus on that memory that you begin to make that you begin to understand more of what happened. That's sort of the way the effect is supposed to play out. And then it's only when you try to remember, when you put in active effort, that you realize the horror of what you've just seen, right? But if you don't pay attention and you simply let it fade, it disappears, and it eventually blurs into a nothingness almost. So it has to be maybe like 6 frames worth. Like max. Even 6 frames seems like a long time, because like 1, 2, 3, because frames, I think this thing is running at maybe 6 frames a second. So if I play this, yeah, see that? 6 frames, it's like 1, 2, it's 6 frames a second. And it has to be less than a second to get the impact. So you have 3 frames to do the visual effect, to leave the silhouette in the viewer's mind. Maybe even less than that. I would say like 2 frames. Just immediate, no, 3 frames to give you a bit more animation room. How do I get no transition? Cut to black? Oh shit, how do I do no transition? I guess I have to do this scene within this scene, because I can't. The problem is that the transitions are going to mess me up. So what I can do instead is I can use blocks to block out the camera and then place the things in front in order to act as like a block for what we see. Okay. Yeah. Chat, this actually might be really cool. It's gonna take me forever though. I might even have to finish this off stream at this point. You know what? How about this? Let me think about this. No. Just do one of your usual 8-hour streams. No. I'm trying to cut back on the 8-hour streams. Not because I hate you all, but because I need the time to do other things. So, and I do want to get to Dwarf Fortress. Like, I actually do really want to play Dwarf Fortress. How about we do a little bit of this movie every single day, and we do a little bit of each and every scene together. If I get some things done off stream, I'll show you. And then how about this? On stream, we brainstorm the scenes together. Off stream, I execute and I bring the vision to life. So it's like you get the collaboration when it's fun, because watching somebody, at least for me, watching me go through the technical problems of me trying to figure out how to move things is annoying. But then I would like to have viewer input, because it'd be interesting to think of and use your traumatic experiences of being in a corporate environment hellhole to sort of drive this feeling, and that feeling of wanting to escape, right? Like I have my own view of that experience, but I don't know yours, and I want to sort of incorporate that. Okay, so every day we'll do a little bit of this movie of The Calling, a little bit of it. We'll do a bit of a storyboarding session together. We'll block out the scenes, and then afterwards, I'll execute and I'll make it happen. I'm gonna be careful about making the file too large because I don't know how stable this is. I'm gonna render as often as I can, probably even after each scene, and then try to, I don't know, like, just if I have to, I'll merge everything together within like a video editor, right? Because I don't know how stable this will be, but I think that's a good idea, and it's a pretty fun thing for us to do. The Bongo Cat is refusing to do his job. It only works when we type. He's trying his best. Thank you for joining me on this movie making session. You have all helped me come to a better understanding of what this is. And you've all helped me get the brain juices flowing, because I don't think I could have come up with this on my own. Like, there's something about the DNA of like the chat and the things that we talk about that sort of helps us get to the state, right? And we like slowly bounce back and forth, and it gets more and more delicious. Because I would never put on the Silent Hill Fogcore playlist if it wasn't for stream. And so I wouldn't be in the mindset to think of that flow of events as it cuts into the character he's showing up, right? Like it wouldn't work. So we will continue storyboarding this next time when I eventually come back to this. Again, this is really cool. Thank you to Foon, who actually made this happen, because they actually brought the program. Not only did they get Microsoft to release the program as open source, they also put in the effort to try to make it usable on a modern system. Again, if you want to download it yourself, you can go to foon/3dmmforever on github.com. I'll just link it directly. You can get there yourself to make your own movies and to play the game. Honestly, it's a fascinating environment to work with, because you wouldn't really expect something like this to be very usable or to be very good, but it actually works very well. I'm also going to see how to get some custom assets in. Maybe my own custom assets, because I don't think there's a mountain. So what I do want to have is at least a mountaintop for the character to climb. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to my best to see how to import something like that into the program. Because at the very least, we need a mountain, because this is a pirate cave that ends up being like a cavern, which doesn't really work. So it's like I need a mountain for the character to climb in some way, and maybe a better office. I'm not really sure, but that's all for next time, and for me off stream too.